Hi everyone, I'm Rajib. I am a doctor working in the NHS. When the scrubs come off, I turn to soils, stems, and bonsai trees. This channel is my quiet space where I slow things down for myself, grow, experiment with plants, and learn a thing or two, one twig at a time. And if you're into slow and mindful gardening, you're in the right place. So today we are getting our hands into the soil with one of the most legendary trees in the world, really. It's called the Baobab tree, or Adansonia digitata. And you might have heard that it's called tree of life or the upside down tree. Once you get to know it, you'll see why. Now here we've got our first plant. This is the one that has leafed out the earliest this season. As you can see, it's got plenty of good, nice, lush leaves. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? I just love it. I just absolutely love it. As we go along, I'll show you the other ones that I'm going to repot today, and here's the second one. This one has just started to leaf out, so it is a good time to repot, although we're not going to do a full repot today. We're just going to uppot them, but this one has nicely leafed out. And the last one is this, which essentially looks like a stick today, and I'm wondering if this has like a small buds starting to come out, possibly. It looks like it is, because there's like a small moist part in that stem, but those two are the ones that has started to leaf out. This one, the stick one, has actually shed its leaf the last, and I was actually under the impression that the other two had died because they lost their leaves so early, but nope, they didn't, and here we are, and we're perfect. And there we go. Like there's like a small bit of moist area of sap, which I think this is how it all starts. And these plants have been potted. Well, they've not been potted. I've germinated them from seeds, and it's been about a year now. Year, a little more or less than a year, so it's a good time to pot. I make holes underneath them. They're basically yogurt pots, just reused them, recycled them, and that's where they've been living for the whole year. And I think they deserve something bigger at this point, where they can grow and take things forward, really. I'm using these nursery pots today. You can see they've got lots of holes in them, and I've covered them with a bit of a mesh just to make sure that the substrate that I'm going to put in, or the soil, doesn't just fall off from underneath. And these are just nursery pots that had other plants that I bought, and I'm just recycling them, reusing them. It's always good for the environment, isn't it? A few things about growing baobabs in UK is that you need to make sure that they are kept quite warm, kept indoors, and they love full sun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this soil mix that I've made that basically contains some macadamia, pumice, and lava rock, along with garden compost, with a bit of sand and perlite for aeration. You want the substrate to be very light and well draining. Those are very important. You don't want those roots to be sitting in water, because they do not like that, because in nature they usually grow in very hot, arid climate. So you need to replicate that basically. I'm gonna place some soil in my pot, and then try and squeeze out my first plant, and take things forward from there. This one fits perfectly, so I'm just gonna try and squeeze it out. Let's hope it's not disastrous. So you don't want to tug the stem and pull it out, because that will damage a lot of roots. You want to squeeze the sides like this, and then try and loosen the plant from the pot. Another option is to sort of push from bottom, and that just helps to ease out. This one should come out quite easily. I'm just being extra careful not to damage any roots. And as you can see, this one has not grown out a lot of roots. Not really sure exactly why, but hopefully this one will be fine. As I mentioned before, this one was the last to shed its leaf and went into dormancy, so it will naturally be the last to come out of dormancy, so I'm not really worried. I'm just going to fill out the pot. Going back to growing baobabs in UK, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you either put them in a greenhouse or preferably indoors. In winter, a heat mat really helps as well. They love full sun. You have to keep them in full sun, but indoors. So beside a south-facing window would be a very good option to grow them. Make sure that you water them every 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes I've gone even longer than that intentionally. I just leave these plants out and not water them. What I'm doing now is just making sure that there are no air pockets, and make sure that all the soil are in contact, well, all the roots are in contact with soil, because if you have air pockets, that will just cause root rot in that area, and those roots will die. You don't want that, obviously. So once I'm done with this, I'll just do the same with the next two plants. Baobabs can live over 1,500 years, is what I've read, and their fruit is called, guess what, monkey bread, and it's incredibly nutritious. So they are a tree of life in those very dry, hot climate. Let's get to our second tree, and this is the one that I'm gonna pot now. I think this one is probably a bit too late for a repot, but I'm not doing a full repot. I'm just up-potting them, so that should be okay, really. Let's take this one. Okay, and put our soil in there. That's a good amount of soil there. Let me see if it sits well. It sits perfectly. So what we're going to do again is to tease it out of the pot, just because they sit in such grainy soil, they tend to fall out, like you saw in the last one. And I'm going to be really careful this time not to disturb the roots or anything. As you can see, it's grown a good amount of roots. It's a bit wet because well, I just watered them because they are leafing out, so it's growing season. I'm just gonna fill it up on the sides with new soil. And this will just give them a bit more space to grow and hopefully thicken that trunk. Well, my main aim was to make bonsai out of this because they are very nice trees to make bonsai with. What I'm doing here is basically just trying to find more grainy soil because not all of that soil mixed well, like this lump there didn't really mix well, so I'm just trying to avoid any of that. Again, this lump there, and I'm just trying to find the more grainy stuff. Okay, now this tree is called the Tree of Life, and that is because they hold huge amount of water during the dry season, and like I mentioned before, they're called African baobab, so obviously they're native to Africa, African savannas, and they grow these massive trunks that store tens of thousands of liters of water, which then provides water supply to the animals that live in that climate. It's just fascinating to think about that, you know. Actually, these trees can live for thousands of years, and their fruits are packed with vitamin C and other nutrients. And like I previously mentioned, here in the UK, growing them is a bit, well, not a lot of trouble, but a bit of a trouble because we don't live in a desert, actually quite the opposite of that, and it rains a lot, so I don't think you will get anywhere by there's lots of air pockets actually I need to fill. So yeah, I mean, it rains quite a lot in here, so you are not going to get away with leaving them outside. You have to grow them inside or in a greenhouse, and especially during those hard frosty winter, you have to bring them inside, and they do love full sun, so a south-facing window, like in my case, I just keep it very near to the radiator so that it receives a lot of heat even in winter, and it doesn't require a lot of cool climate just to switch back to its dormancy. When it starts to sense a little bit of winter, it just goes into dormancy. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you that one. This one, there we go, all nice and potted up, and we'll do the next one. Right, so the last one, well, the most important one, the last one. Let's put this in this pot. Just adjust the mesh down there. Fill them up with my mix, making sure that I've only got the grainy bits. Probably a little bit more. Right. That's good. That's going size. Let's make a small hole there and make sure that it sits perfectly perfect. Right, so again, teasing it out, just squeezing the sides and and push from the bottom. Hopefully everything won't fall out. Fingers crossed. I don't want those roots to be exposed as much. As you can see, I'm being really careful with this tree, just because it's, there we go, it just falls apart, doesn't it? Okay, just because this is not a native, this is not a native region for this tree, and I don't want to disturb them too much. I just wanted to quickly show you something. Let me see if I can show you a bit more up close. There, well, I don't know if you can see. You see how thick that bit is? See how thick that bit is? That is massive. That is massive. Let me just bring in some light and see if I can show you. That bit is massive there, and that's where they store the water in the desert. So yeah, just thought I'll show you. It's a very strange tree. It's not like it looks like an alien, and it's got lots of fun facts about it. That African people actually believe that well, there's the African folklore that Baobab was thrown from the sky and landed upside down because of how it looks. When it's fully grown, it looks like it's got a very strange shape, and which is why the roots are sticking out on the top and that kind of thing. So quite a fun tree. This it doesn't look like it's from this part of the world, or it looks like an alien tree really, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to grow some. And luckily for me, I was quite successful in growing them from seeds. I think I got like 5 or no, I think I got 10 seeds, and I think I still have some of those seed packets that they came in, because they had instructions on them, and I usually keep them just in case I forget how to take care of these trees. So I'll once I'm done with this, I'll probably show you. Let's repot this. Just finished doing this tree, and then I'll show you all 3 of them, and a few more fun facts about African baobab and why I love them so much. Well, I love these because they're my babies, aren't they? I made them from seeds, so I've seen them germinate. And well, at that point, I was not really taking photos or videos of my trees. It's only became apparent that it's an important job to sort of, you know, document those tree journeys, and because it makes you feel accomplished. It makes you feel nice because you made something, which is always good. Right, let's hope they survive. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I know this is very early in the channel journey, but it will really help me out to reach others. Thank you.